Deer and Joy did a great job with the games since they do so many baby showers for lots of different friends. They want to keep the ideas kind of new and fresh.
Jess, you done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, let's see. $2.99 wipes. Yep. We have $5.75 bottle cleaner.
Jessa won the Guess the Right Price game, and she also won the diaper changing game at her shower. And so I just think she's an all-star mom and has got it going on.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, June 28th. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have to make a confession here. I don't know why I'm even going to say this. First of all, my eyes sort of wander. I'm always looking at the camera, but sometimes I look up and I don't even realize it. So I apologize one off the bat if I don't look at the camera all the time. I'm doing better. I'm trying so hard. I want to ask you a question. Have any of you found yourself in the last couple of years where you just, like, due to the pandemic, that you just sort of got more lazy and you were finding yourself sitting around a lot more and just like being more like, ugh? Anyone feel that way? Anyone put on like some pandemic pounds from that? Okay, not just myself. Okay. I was realizing, I used to be a lot more active, and I was thinking about how, when I'm doing certain things, I always feel better. So I need to get back to doing those certain things. So today I did my strength training. I got the kettlebell out and I was doing like my lunges and all of the lifts and the back stuff. And I feel like I have so much energy now. So I'm making a conscious effort to work in my strength training along with my cardio to remind myself that I feel good when I do both. And if you've had to like make a conscious change in your life since the pandemic to remind yourself to get back to what it is that you love, leave me a comment and let me know. Also, there's babies. Babies! Oh my gosh, so many babies. Okay, Jill Dillard is about to have her third child, a baby boy. And the baby is due in July. Okay, so we knew that Jill was going to be having this baby, but there's been a lot going on with Jill that we just haven't had a chance to talk about, mostly because I've had so many things going on with her brother Josh that have really occupied a lot of my time. So Jill and Derek moved to Siloam Springs, which is kind of on the border of Arkansas and I think Missouri. I don't even know. It's in northwest Arkansas. It's sort of a borderish town. And anyways, it's about 45 minutes away from where her parents live, and she has moved that direction because Derek took a job in Oklahoma as a prosecutor, a deputy, like a assistant district attorney. So he is going to be going across state lines and traveling about 45 minutes a day for his job as assistant DA in the state of Oklahoma. Woohoo! In a kind of a smallish town. So he is in the process of transferring over his credits and getting onto the board in Oklahoma. He took a bar that has reciprocity, but in order to actually like be certified and be able to not have to ask for admissions for every single case, you typically need to get licensed in the state. So that's the process of what he's doing. And he said that they're working on that right now. So they are making huge changes in their lives. They've moved, he's taking a new job, and now she's having a baby. Her first that she's had, where she's sort of at this place with her family where she's at a not so awesome time, right? So she's estranged from her family. She had a baby shower and it was hosted at Amy's house. Amy King, who is renting a home in Rogers, and she shared some photos on her Facebook that said, "I feel so loved and more prepared now for my baby boy with all the gifts, prayers, and blessings by friends and family. Several who couldn't attend the party in person who showered us this weekend in anticipation of our little man's arrival next month. Special thanks to my hosts, my mother-in-law, Kathy, sister-in-law, Deanna, and my cousin, Amy, and my aunt, Deanna." So the photographs show a very pregnant Jill, and they appeared to have cupcakes that were green and white, lots of treats. Everything was green and white. So the theme appears to be green and white, and she had photographs of little camo outfits and sleepwear, Arkansas, and balloons in green and cream. And Amy wrote down where all the gifts came from. What wasn't photographed in her pictures were any of the guests that attended, and no photographs of her sisters, and her sisters did not share any photos on their Instagram. Well, so Jana wasn't in town. She was at a wedding in Ohio. Mom and dad were at a wedding in Ohio, so her mom wasn't at her baby shower. Her sister Jana wasn't at her baby shower. I don't know if, Ginger obviously wasn't there, and I don't think Joy and Jessa were there either. So, because I would think that they would have shown pictures if they were at the event. So this is quite a different contrast of like, I'm wondering if they were invited and they chose not to go. So the party is at Amy's house, and Amy and Deanna have been very outspoken about their thoughts on Josh. And Amy and Deanna's house would not be the most comfortable territory for any of the Duggars at this point in time, because Deanna and Amy have basically said that they have no relationship with them, and Deanna says that she doesn't speak to them, hasn't spoke to them since the arrest, and they are sort of at this like place where they're like, they've cut them off. So maybe that was sort of the thing about like the other people that couldn't attend but showered us with gifts. Hopefully her family sent her some gifts, but again, like, I don't know. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame her if she didn't invite them, but I also wouldn't blame them for not going, and I also wouldn't blame Jill for not wanting them there, because it might make a happy moment stressful. Like, who wants to bring that kind of baggage? It's just so telling to me that, like, this shows you sort of the division in the family now, where Jill is really relying on her family that she looks at as her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law, and then Amy and Deanna. Like, that's who her family is now. It's not her sisters or her parents. Think about that. Her brother is in prison in Seagoville. She is estranged from her parents because of a fight she got into with her dad about leaving the show, questions about what happened with Josh, all that stuff. And they are standing by Josh. They are taking care of his kids. They have been housing Anna. And it's Jill that has been the outcast because she asked questions and didn't go along with the status quo. And she ruined the image that Jim Bob wanted to portray to the masses about his family. We're glad to see Jill in a place where she's happy, and it's good to see that Jill has support from friends and from family. So her announcement and her baby shower looks like a hit. And it looks like she got all kinds of love and attention. And the ironic thing is that Jessa on Saturday, so what day did she say that this was? I don't know what day she did this. I feel so loved for the gifts, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what day it was. But Jessa was at an event with Sierra Dominguez on Saturday. So she spent the day doing pottery with the kids and not at Jill's shower. What a fun day. So proud of my girl, Sierra Dominguez Pottery. She makes the cutest pottery. If you like the handmade items, check out this page. Doesn't look like Jessa went to her shower. It looks like Jessa and Jill, like, those two used to be, I mean, they weren't best friends, but it just makes me so sad that two girls that were hurt so badly by this family are on such polar opposite spectrums. One is doubling down and sticking with her parents no matter what, thick and thin. She's writing like letters to her dad about what a great dad he is. And the other one who didn't want to play the game anymore, didn't want to deal with being hurt, wanted to feel like they had a voice, wanted to have a level of independence. That daughter is like the black sheep. I understand this happens all the time in these cults. It's just so wild to me. And people still embrace the Duggars that stay in the cult, and they say, but leave them alone. They're not all bad. They're all in a cult, all of them. anyone that's playing the game with Jim Bob is part of a problem, a huge problem in this family that doesn't protect females, that doesn't educate females, nor care about the future of females, and puts the needs of golden child Josh in front of everybody else. I'm sorry if I get a little bit tingly and angry when I think about how Jill, all she did was stand up for herself, and this is where she's found herself, and the rest of them who stay and play the game can still be in the family. It's awful. I hope more of them wake up, but I don't know that it'll happen, at least in this lifetime. It's really hard to break cycles, and it's not common that more than one would leave. And I don't see Jim Bob and Michelle ever leaving this system, ever. I mean, they have told friends that this is what they believe. This is what their belief system is. It's settled. There's no questions. There's no debates. They're not going to leave the IBLP. Other questions. Are Kendra and Joe, did they have a fourth baby? I don't know. Is Joy pregnant with a baby? I don't know. Y'all, like, what do the Duggars do? They have babies. What do? They procreate, and they have babies. So the last time I did a baby announcement, none of you guys cared. You're like, who cares about this family anymore? So I'm like, I don't know if they had a baby. If Joe and Kendra had one, they haven't made an announcement. And if they haven't made an announcement, speculating because a picture is circulating is hard because I don't know. I don't know if it's their baby. I don't know if it's someone else's baby. I don't know whose baby it is. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. And everyone I've asked that's around them, nobody knows. They've either said I haven't heard, or not that I've heard of, or I haven't seen them. And another one of my sources said that Jim Bob and Michelle have, like, they're not having people over at their house anymore. They have limited contact with a lot of people at this point. They've really shut down their openness that they've had. They used to have people over at their house all the time. That has done. Like, all the gatherings that they did over at their house, one of the sources said that just literally doesn't happen anymore. So not a lot of people are talking to them anymore. They're not seeing people anymore. So nobody has a lot of clue of what's going on because they're keeping so insular, which is not a good thing because then they're going to get more deep into their cult, which is sad. Anyways, that's what I have for now. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.